Hi, welcome to Miss Richardson's U.S. History 5-Minute Lectures. This information will be U.S. Notes 2.4, Prohibition. It includes information that's aligned with the first section of your Unit 2 study guide. Remember, you control the lecture, so pause if you need to, rewatch whenever you need to, and always use your study guide to help you take your notes. Let's go ahead and get started. So far in the notes in this unit, we've looked at the politics and policies of the 1920s. We're going to continue that with one final policy from the era, Prohibition. Now, we did look at this briefly in Unit 1 when Prohibition was passed with the 18th Amendment in 1919. Remember that this banned all alcohol, consumption, possession, selling, buying, and manufacturing. All of it was banned by the 18th Amendment. The impacts of this amendment were not immediately noticed. As I told you in the earlier unit, this amendment was seen as patriotic. It supported the war efforts and the troops. It was just one more way to help support America and our allies in World War I. But once the war was over, people were not nearly as happy to continue to abstain from alcohol. Immediately following the passage of the 18th Amendment, alcohol consumption dropped dramatically. People stopped buying, selling, and consuming alcohol. Businesses like bars and breweries, which had previously relied on alcohol as their trade, changed their focus or they shut down altogether. Crime, specifically alcohol-related crime, dropped. So for a brief time, it seemed Prohibition would be a success. Yes. And then World War I ended. People wanted to relax, celebrate, and enjoy life. Part of that included a desire to drink alcohol. This led to the demand for alcohol, and if people couldn't get it legally, they would get it illegally. This demand led to a rise in new industries that dealt specifically with illegal alcohol. Individuals who desired to drink alcohol had to find a supply. This meant bootleggers, moonshiners, and rum runners all developed as profitable businesses. People who could make alcohol were able to sell it for higher prices due to the limited supplies. They developed intricate systems to keep their products secret, transport their product, and to hide their product. Some of these even actually became part of a popular culture. For example, stock car racing actually developed from bootleggers developing fast cars to outrun the police in the South. And if you've ever seen the Dukes of Hazzard, they were bootleggers. That was why Roscoe was always chasing them. With all the money to be made in illegal alcohol, criminals began to develop organizations to bring the alcohol to the people who desired it. These groups working together soon became what we know today as gangs or organized crime. You may actually even think of it as the mafia. Men like Al Capone, John Dillinger, and Babyface Nelson grew rich from the distribution and sale of illegal alcohol. They gained so much money from these actions, they were willing to fight and kill to control the trade in specific areas of the country. This rise in organized crime in the U.S. can actually be traced straight to Prohibition. The desire of the public to consume alcohol also led to the rise of speakeasies, or secret bars. These bars, or clubs, were created so people felt relatively safe consuming their illegal drinks. Secret knocks, code words, and back rooms developed. Eventually, some speakeasies had secret passages to transport alcohol into the buildings from ports that were far from the building. So they had these whole tunnels and everything. They had shelves that dropped at the push of a button to destroy evidence. They had warning systems in case a police raid occurred. Getting around the law led to new technologies that actually became security measures for all businesses, not just illegal businesses. So though Prohibition only lasted a mere 14 years, which is not very long, its effects lasted much, much longer, and some are actually still felt today. This is the end of U.S. Notes 2.4. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in class with all your questions.